Hi, everybody. Welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. I see everybody coming through. I think it's gonna be maybe I got everything ready to go. I'm just waiting for notifications to go out. I'm actually on time this time. Yes, I am. I'm on time. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I am on time on this time. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I am tired. I took a nap. Um, and I woke up tired. I'm on time this time, Pika. I am. I'm on time this time. I took a nap and I woke up tired, y'all. I really did. And I'm ready to go to bed again. That's how I feel. But I can't because I got a lot of stuff to do before I go to bed. You know what I mean? So hopefully this won't be too much of a long live. That's my goal, is to keep it kind of cute and everything. But yes, Monday. I hate when that happens. It is Monday, August 4th. Oh, I forgot it was Monday. Mm. It is what it is. Welcome, everybody. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, please, and thank you. Story of my life. I know, story of my life. I'm tired. See, I'm about to cuss, and I don't even want to. Welcome, everybody. We got some stuff to get into today. It will not be a long live. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments. It should be maybe a smaller crowd today. So we got some stuff to talk about. You said Trump was Epstein's co-conspirator and Mar-a-Lago Kate Johnson. Yes, I'm familiar with the Kate Johnson. We've talked about Kate Johnson before. In that situation, she withdrew that lawsuit. So we're aware of that. It does kind of make you wonder, though, why she withdrew the lawsuit. Maybe she got threatened. I don't know. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she just wanted to withdraw it. Completely up to her. So I do wonder about that. You said morning. Oh my God, it's morning in your end. Welcome, everybody. It's time for a meal and some sleep. Ooh. Well, I'm tired. Like I said, I took a nap and I probably shouldn't have gone live because I took a nap, but I'm like, I need to stay on top before, because this Diddy stuff kind of happens very quick. I have a feeling we probably won't have any more Diddy news for a while after this news, but we still have to get ahead of it. And then we got to talk about Lil Tay, and then we got to talk about this very interesting. So there's like an anonymous accuser, an anonymous Epstein victim, who is basically saying that Trump's DOJ is protecting the wealthy men. The DOJ is in the business of protecting wealthy men. Well, why am I not surprised? I'm not at all. Not at all. Mm-mm. So, yeah, so we got to definitely get into that. We're going to get into that. But welcome. You overslept 2 alarms this morning and late to work because a damn cricket was making noise all night. Oh, you know, oh man, that's it. I'm sorry about the cricket. That can be very annoying, especially when it's like outside and you can't really go out there and find the cricket, Be like, shoo, go away, cricket. And then you walk away and it continues its cricket sound. Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm sorry that you're going through that. You said, Rabbit, did you do a lot of lives when you first started your channel? No. Um, I was very nervous to go live when I first started my channel. Yeah. I kind of started like uploading, and then once I got the hang of going live, then I went live. And it was, now that when you go live, it's good to have a mix of both, but it's easier to go live once you have like a really good idea of how to structure your lives and stuff like that. So I did a little bit of both, actually, but I would probably say that I started uploading before I just completely went live. But yes. Yeah, so anyways, welcome everybody. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, please, and thank you, as people are being informed that we are live. So let's get it together, guys, because we have some stuff to talk about. Now, why don't we start with this story first, because I'm a little disturbed by this. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really am. Part of it is because I can only imagine the sickos that would have hurried up and purchased a membership on OnlyFans to see a former child star, turn 18 and then get into the business of OnlyFans. I mean, I would just imagine, right? Because you got some. But the thing is, it's like This little girl right here, and I think I am a lot older than this little girl, okay? So I'm allowed to call her this little girl because she is still a little girl in my opinion. Um, she is a marketing genius. I'll give you that, right? Her family get together, they do all kinds of stuff and they market her, they put her out there, and then they steal her money. Type of, that type of situation. She's had a lot of controversy from her father's side of the area. If you I don't know if I necessarily believe everything that she puts out there, I'll be honest with you, because I have a feeling that she's not being fully transparent about what happened between her dad, and her mother and her brother, and what happened overall with that. But she is a marketing genius, I'll give you that, right? However, 2 summers ago, she it was reported that she had died in a horrific car accident. I'll never forget because we broke the news on YouTube on that. Okay. Little Tay is she was a well she is she continues to be. She is a YouTuber who she got the camera, she had a bunch of money, kind of like the Usher bucks, fake money, and was throwing it out there, and you don't know what's going, she would just talk, she had a formality of talking. Anyways, so her brother put her up there, she went viral. She's kind of around the same, I think she's younger than the Catch Me Outside girl, right? Like she's younger. Danielle Bergoli, I think that's her name. And then the other, Travis Barker's daughter, Alabama, whatever the hell. Like these little girls are in the same age group, and I call them little girls because they're little girls. Like they're fighting with each other. They start internet drama for clicks and views. They throw each other's names out there, and I'm like, you little girls don't even know how to get the hands on it. Like stop it, but they do this crap, and I'm like, anyways. So this little girl right here, little Tay, had been promoting her OnlyFans, and she was gonna drop an OnlyFans, but she wanted to make sure everybody subscribed, and her goal was to get to 1 million right out the gate when she started. So it's being said that she was posting nudies of her 18-year-old body out on this website. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't really know. But she's been going around and she's been self-promoting. I don't know how you don't see the little girl in her, and then like anyways. So again, she's former child star, even though she's 18, but in my opinion, she's still a child. Reportedly pulled in over $1 million just 3 hours after launching her OnlyFans account. I don't know if that's true. I need to see a receipt of that. I don't believe she did that. I'm just going to say that. 2 summers ago, it was reported that she got into a horrific car accident and died. Nobody could find information about what happened exactly. It was a death hoax. She claims her father put a death hoax on her. I don't believe it. I think she and her brother put a death hoax on there. That's my opinion. I don't believe her father put a death hoax on. I'm not believing it. I'm not. I think that she put a death hoax on there. She told people, and then she wanted like these are the I'll do anything type of situation to go viral kids. These are the viral kids generation. Okay, like I will do anything to go viral. That's her. That's her, and the other girls and whatever. Anyways, the influencer posted a snapshot of her earnings on X and added a caption where she claimed that she had broken the previous record set by Bad Baby, or Bad, I always call her Bad Barbie. It's Bad Baby, okay? Danielle Bergoli, the young girl who beat up her mom a couple of weeks ago. She's in a horrific DV relationship. She gets beat up. She beats up her mom. Her child's right there. Like, it's a mess, okay? But anyways, I'm just saying this. Since sharing the revelation, Little Tay has faced criticism from numerous social media users. Okay, the influencer earned over 1 million within 3 hours. I don't believe it. I don't believe she did. I believe that whatever they posted up there is probably fake. I'm just saying. Little girl is known for fake stories. Okay, Little Tay has revealed that she made over 1 million within just 3 hours of debuting her OnlyFans account. The teenager first rose to fame at an early age and has seemingly ensured that she remains in the spotlight by opening an account on the adult platform. Taking to X, Lil Tay shared a screenshot of her earnings alongside the caption, "Not bad for 3 hours. We broke the F out of OnlyFans record." So the image shows her listed earnings, and some of which were coming from subscribers alone. As part of the earnings, Lil Tay also received $26,000 in tips and nearly what is it, 490,000 for messages. So like money, I guess on OnlyFans you get paid for the pictures, you get tips, and then people pay you for messages. So my question is, if she did this, isn't this transactional? Like, if you're on OnlyFans, isn't there a transaction piece to that? If I'm on OnlyFans, which I'm not, but if I'm on OnlyFans and I charge for people to send me messages in the span of 3 days, wouldn't the message have to be back and forth in order for me to get paid for messages? This shit don't make sense. So in 3 days, she was sending all these messages to all of these OnlyFans people. I'm not believing the numbers. I don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. I really don't, in my opinion. Yeah, wouldn't it depend? And not, I don't know, man. Because see, I don't know how OnlyFans works, but I do wonder if little girl is lying. The bots answered. Yeah, so the bots answered for her, bot farms. So she got her account and then she brought in the bot farms to answer to those, because you charge for messages, right? She can record a generic message or video and send it out if they pay her with specific fee. Wow. That's a lot of money for a bot message. Okay. It further goes. Although OnlyFans has yet to confirm, well, there you go. Can we get the website to confirm this? No, you have Lil Tay confirming this. Lil Tay appears to have surpassed the previous top earning debut sets by Bad Baby in April 2021. Bad Baby makes a lot of money on OnlyFans. Everybody wants to see the Catch Me Outside girl in no clothes. At the time, the rapper earned 1 million in just 6 hours. I mean, it's possible, I guess. On TikTok, Lil Tay previously revealed to fans that her inspiration joining the platform was sex-positive celebrities like Sydney Sweeney and Sabrina Carpenter. The influencer began, "I just turned 18, and honestly, my biggest reason for wanting to drop the link has been Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney." That has been her these two women are the biggest motivation. I remember back in the day when I was just so happy to, like, you got a car at 7. I started driving, got a car at 17. I wasn't thinking about how to make $1 million at 17. Lord have mercy. You said subscribers plus direct messages, cha-ching. Ooh. You said this is not brain rot. This is brain rot at its finest. I would rather use my imagination, would have more satisfying experiences than half an ass. Y'all listen, we are in a different generation, okay? Because I wasn't even thinking about my celebrity influence. Like, these people don't even look like me. I don't got these. No. Oh, Lord have mercy. But hey, it's a different generation, okay? She says that she was, my biggest reason for wanting to drop the link has been Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney. She continued, "They're literally my top inspirations. And honestly, for anybody that doesn't like them and is ishing on them and doesn't think they are inspirational, you need to check your misogyny." So you're a misogynist if you don't find them inspirational. Girl, bye. I don't know. The influencer slammed Sydney Sweeney and Sabrina Carpenter critics as haters. Lil Tay went on to slam the backlash the two women have received in recent times, adding that every girl out there should see them as inspirations. Okay. Towards the conclusion of the nearly 1 minute video, Lil Tay also stated that their critics were individuals who are haters and don't want women to be able to express themselves. She then proclaimed herself as the youngest to stand behind the two superstars and was doing so by dropping her OnlyFans link. Okay. So, yeah, that's what's happening. I don't know how you listen. The little girl face is there. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know how you could even. Wow. It's going to be a lot of different folks tuning into that. Mm-mm-mm. Following her OnlyFans debut, so she was slammed for her decision to open up an account. A user wrote, I thought Lil Tay was based for all the takes that she made previously, but oh well, she really did fall down onto the earth's crust by turning into a hypocrite the moment she turned 18. Shame on you and the weirdos who bought your adult content. Whew. She needs help, but also there's a lot of weirdos out in this world that would subscribe as soon as she turns 18. Another commenter said, if I speak on a Lil Tay making an OnlyFans the second she turns 18, I might get called an anti-feminist, a third person remarked. Someone else alleged that Lil Tay had misrepresented her age. Instead, she should have never had access to the platform at that time. The individual wrote, someone please explain this to me, because she definitely isn't 18. She was 9 in 2018 and stated last year that she was 14. She should currently be 15 or 16 at most. So what is going on here? Well, yeah, what is her real age? Don't forget, Lil Tay was previously the victim of a death hoax. I don't know. I think I'm just saying my opinion. I think that she had something to do with that, a death hoax. She claims that her estranged father was the one that put that out there. Nobody was thinking of Lil Tay until that death hoax, and then she does her little comeback and everything. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that her dad did the death hoax. I don't know. I haven't seen any receipts to show otherwise. It's just been her statement. Okay. But let me know. They say, did she lie about her age? As I'm stirring my drink. I don't know what happened to that woman. I don't know. You said that notification must be on a holiday. Yeah, it looks like it. It's just crazy though, but anyways, that's what's going on with Lil Tay. What do y'all think in the chat? Let me know what you guys think in the chat about Lil Tay. I don't know if she's 18 or she's lying about her age. But if she is, we're watching her happen like all through here. We're all, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But that's what people are saying. Shout out to everybody in the chat coming through, guys. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Thank you. Good evening. Let's see. You said. Hold up. Thank you, Pika, for telling the people to hit the like button. Okay. Let's talk about this little situation right here. So more people are speaking out now. Of course, a lot of these people are anonymous that are Epstein victims, which I don't blame them for staying anonymous. But I'm glad that at least some of them are speaking out.
Jeffrey Epstein's victims speaking out tonight, one of them accusing the DOJ of protecting quote unquote wealthy men, and another one demanding all of the Epstein files be released. Paula Reed is out front. And Paula, what more are these victims saying tonight? They're now choosing to speak out.
Yeah, Erin, remarkable statements tonight from two of Epstein's victims. They are weighing in on the Justice Department's request to release grand jury transcripts. Now, notably, neither of these victims opposes releasing this material, but what they're asking for is to make sure that victims are protected. They write, quote, why not be completely transparent? Show us all the files with only the necessary redactions. Be done with it and allow us/me to heal. Now, they're also criticizing the government for what they say is a lack of respect shown to victims, writing, quote, I feel like the DOJ's and FBI's priority is protecting the third party, the wealthy men, by focusing on scrubbing their names off of files of which the victims know who they are.
Ooh.
They directly called out President Trump here, alleging that he was using thousands of agents to protect his identity and those of other wealthy, high-profile individuals. They also took aim at the current Justice Department, saying that it appears that it is more interested in talking with Ghislaine Maxwell, a quote, convicted imprisoned sex trafficker, than in speaking with victims. Now here, the judge is weighing whether to release these transcripts. Even the Justice Department has acknowledged there wasn't a lot of evidence presented to this grand jury.
Now, let me say this. We do have a copy. Well, it's not the letter, but it's what CNN posted on their thing. DOB is July 29th. Oh, you talk about Lil Tay. She says she's 18. Says she's 18. So she is 18? I don't know. I'm not good. I mean, that can't be right. I guess we'll see. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe it's just me who thinks it's weird that she says she's 18. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. I thought my son was born in 2008 and he's not 18, so it's weird. Hold up, I'm not good at math. Let's bring that up a calculator because I got to think about this one. So she was, is she really 18? I just Googled it. Okay, sorry. I know we're stuck on that, but I want to make sure I understand. I guess, I mean, yeah, she would be, she's older than him. I don't know. The math ain't mathin'. Maybe I'm off. Maybe my math isn't mathing. But anyways, okay, moving on because we have to move on, guys. We do. Let me know what y'all, if you're watching the replay, what you guys think about the Lil Tay situation and whether she is 18 or not 18. She says she's 18. I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You said at this point they're at the same, are the same person or the same age? Okay. Hold up. All right. So apparently CNN got a copy of this letter. And I want to see victim in Epstein case decries political warfare and efforts to release grand jury transcripts. So she writes, Dear United States, I wish you would have handled and would handle the whole Epstein files with more respects towards the victims. I'm not some pawn in your political warfare. Ooh. Okay. What you have done and continue to do is eating at me every day after as you help to perpetuate the story indefinitely, one of the victims wrote. Another victim argued that priority has only been given to protecting wealthy men. It says, I feel like the DOJ and FBI priority is protecting the third party, the wealthy men, by focusing on scrubbing their names off the files of which the victims know who they are, one of the victims wrote. Okay, so neither letter outwardly requested the federal judge in New York to keep the transcripts under seal. Both strongly urge him to take all necessary precautions in concealing victims' identities. One of the victims suggested that a third-party review of the file review the release of the documents to ensure that no information related to the victim is revealed. The other victim told the judge that it is an utmost priority for any information regarding identify of the victim be redacted. I think you meant to say identity. It says identity of the victim be redacted. Both emotional letters submitted to the judge showed clear frustration towards the administration handling the files. I appreciate your time reading my short thoughts and feelings, and my anxiety and frustration is not aimed at you, obviously. It is aimed at the very government here, the ones asking to release these transcripts, exhibits, etc., of which the victims are not privy to, while they have concluded that there is nothing more to see on the files they hold. Yet no one has seen them but them. One of the letters reads, I am besides myself. Ooh, okay. Victims in this case were asked to respond to the government's request to release grand jury transcripts by August 5th. So they're already receiving some letters. August 5th is tomorrow, right? And so a lot of victims are responding to this, and of course their identity is sealed, under seal, while people are kind of receiving these letters. Okay. So that is what CNN was just reporting on. but apparently they got copies of those letters.
It heard from 2 witnesses. So even if the judge decides to make the unusual decision to release this material, which is by default confidential, it is unlikely to quell the calls for more transparency, because most of the information is with the Attorney General, is with the Justice Department. But victims and even Ghislaine Maxwell and anyone else involved in this has until tomorrow to weigh in with the judge.
All right, Paula, thank you very much. And of course, when Paula talks about the grand jury testimony, just to remind everybody, you know, it was really based on the testimony of 2 officials. So it's a drop in the bucket of the Epstein files. So to be very clear, while it's good to have that, it is a drop in the bucket of what actually is out there and what needs to be known. And it all comes nearly 2 weeks after 3 Republicans joined Democrats on the House Oversight Committee to subpoena the DOJ to release all the Epstein files. But here's the thing. You might say, okay, well, that was 3 weeks ago, so where are the files? It's a good question. The Republican chairman of the committee still has not issued that subpoena, even though he'd agreed to do so. So back with me now is Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California, top Democrat on the Oversight Committee. And Congressman, obviously you and I spoke, 10 days ago, 11 days ago. James Comer, Republican chairman of your committee, had said he was going to move quickly on that subpoena. And I know you had a good faith conversation, right? He'd agreed to do it. And you said, but you're going to hold him to it. So do you know what's going on here?
We're in very close contact. We just spoke actually last Friday, and we think that we are likely a day or 2 away, a couple days here from the subpoena release. We've seen and gone back and forth on some of the language. We've had discussions about getting this out as fast as possible. Now, look, we think it should have already been out and issued. We put that pressure on. We also know that James Comer has been very clear that it's going to be sent out. They're essentially almost there. And so we are taking him by his word, but the clock is ticking. So we hopefully are days away from this release. And he's very aware that this needs to happen immediately.
All right. So when you talk about the wording and the wordsmithing going on, is the final wording
Okay, I'll check it out. I see it. I'll check it out when I get a minute, Cheeks.
such that you understand it, that it's going to be in the subpoena, that you say that Chairman Comer has told you within, I guess, the last business day, Friday, right, is going to go out in the next couple of days. Is it for everything?
It's the full files, documents, videos, but a couple pieces are really important. I mean, I think some of this speaks to what you just reported on. It's very important, and why this is also a little complicated is we want to ensure that what we get is also centers the victims. What we don't want to have is to re-victimize or re-traumatize the victims. And so ensuring that is redacted, that information is done very carefully, but that the subpoena is clear to the motion that Democrats made is going to be very, very important. And so that's what we have been pushing with Chairman Comer and, of course, the House Republicans. Their protection and centering justice for the victims is really important in this part of the process.
So how do you deal with the victimizers, right? I mean, I understand there could be an argument made, well, if there isn't enough to actually charge man A, man B, really wealthy people in Palm Beach, whoever these people may be, then do you redact the names or not? But obviously what people want to know here is not to re-victimize. They want to hold to account the people who engaged in assault who weren't named Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. Is that going to happen?
Yes, that's exactly right. And that is our goal as well. Look, at the end of the day, it's clear that Donald Trump is covering something up. It's clear that Donald Trump is involved in some sort of cover up at the White House or the DOJ. I mean, we know that Donald Trump is in the files. The DOJ has told him that. Ooh. We also know that there are other powerful people, and we should not care who they are.
And mind you, he's considered a private citizen, so they can remove his name. Even though you can't remove everything that we've all heard at this point. I mean, you could rewrite history. You can write it differently. You could say different things, but you ain't never going to make people forget. You just can't.
What power they hold, how much wealth they have, what political party they're in. But those victims deserve justice. The full files should be released to the public. And of course, we should protect the victims along the way. But at this point, this is something the president campaigned on. Yeah. We now have a bipartisan vote of the Oversight Committee to get the files released. And so it's important that James Comer signs that subpoena immediately and we get the files in front of the Congress.
All right. So then last week, Ghislaine Maxwell, well, the week before that, she meets with the number 2 at the DOJ, Todd Blanche. She meets with him a couple of times, right? 2 days, 2 long meetings. They say the DOJ says she mentions 100 people. in the files. But yet suddenly then she gets moved to a new prison in Texas, much less security, not something where you would put a convicted child sex offender serving 20 years in prison. Never. No precedent for any such thing. And no precedent for anybody being moved so quickly in the system and so efficiently. So what do you think happened here? I mean, it smells bad. Is it really bad?
We're very concerned about this. I mean, to be clear, there's no reason why Ms. Maxwell was moved. And this is
literally the way she asked that question. It smells bad. No, really, it does. Earlier this morning, if you missed it, make sure you watch the live earlier this morning, because we talked about an inmate who was really pissed off at the fact that they made this move, and it just happened. I mean,
it's happening right after that DOJ meeting, of course, with essentially Donald Trump's personal former lawyer, Mr. Blanche, and that meeting that happened over the course of those 2 days. And so what does, of course, Ms. Maxwell want? She wants a pardon. She wants a reduced sentence. And then she gets moved to a much, essentially a less secure prison, a place that is actually, she can walk around more, have more freedom of her movements. That is not acceptable. She's not eligible for that type of move. We have been engaging.
She can walk out. By the way, for those that don't know, we were talking about this today. She could just walk out. That's right.
With the Bureau of Federal Prisons and asking them some tough questions. Did the DOJ request this? It's something that the president himself ordered to get done for Ms. Maxwell. She's a convicted sex trafficker. We know this already. She has caused major harm to victims, to young women, to girls. And so why she's getting moved is a concerning pattern of some on the right in trying to somehow lionize Ms. Maxwell, give her some cover, or somehow lay the groundwork for some type of reduced sentence. And for what? For what end? So that she maybe essentially takes her focus off Donald Trump, or implicates others but not Donald Trump or Donald Trump's so-called associates or friends. These are all questions that need to be investigated, which is why we need to actually get the files and make them available to the public. We just cannot take Ms. Maxwell's word for it, and for whatever she's going to testify or be deposed on. We've got to see the files ourselves.
She has, of course, been convicted of perjuring herself under oath before. Congressman, I appreciate your time and thank you very much. I'm glad to talk to you again. And we all hope that that subpoena will come out in the next couple of days, as I know your conversations with Chairman Comer indicate.
What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat. So you guys say, oh my God, this stinks. Well, okay. We're going to go back to Lil Tay in a little bit after this, because you guys are sending me some stuff on Lil Tay. I'm telling you, this shit is disturbing, but there's confusion about her age, and you guys have been telling me this is her. She's promoting her FO, or excuse me, her OF, not FO, her OF. So we'll go back in a little bit. I guess we'll have to keep talking about that for a little bit more, but I want to talk about Diddy denied bail today, you guys. So officially he's been denied bail. Now, I have not read this opinion from the judge, and I think I was like, I want to read it, but I want to read it with everybody here, because you guys know I've been reacting to it in real time with you guys here in the chat. He's been denied. Okay, this is from the judge. Defendant Sean Combs renews his request for bail pending his sentencing. On this application, Combs doesn't contest that detention is mandatory for his crimes of conviction. He relies solely on the limited exception to mandatory detention where, 1, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the person is not likely to flee or pose a danger to the safety of any other person or the community if released. And there are 2 exceptional reasons why such person's detention would not be appropriate. Exceptional reasons exist where there is a unique combination of circumstances giving a rise to a situation that are out of the ordinary. So he cites a couple of cases here. This statutory framework creates a presumption in favor of detention that places a plainly substantial burden of proof on the defendant seeking release. More cases are quoted here. As for risks of flight or danger, Combs fails to meet his burden by clearing convincing evidence for the reasons set forth on the record at the July 2nd, 2025 hearing. Increasing the amount of bond or devising additional conditions doesn't change the calculus given these circumstances and heavy burden of proof that Combs bears. Okay. At the trial, the defense conceded defendant's violence in his personal relationships. This type of violence, which happens behind closed doors, is impossible to police with conditions. On this basis alone, Combs' application is denied. Okay. So court feels like we can't. You guys said that his violence is so horrible it can't be police. Behind closed doors, it can't be police. I mean, depending on how you feel about that, there was Jane's allegations about her assault. It sounded like they both had mutual combat, and she was hurt, and he was like, it was a thing, and so that was brought up. Depending on how you lay that foundation there, the judge basically he can use that to say like your violence, even while you're under supervision, which he was. Doesn't matter if she provoked him. He's the one under supervision, right? They shouldn't have gotten it in. They shouldn't have done anything, period, right? Especially if you're the victim there, you probably shouldn't even be in the same household. I'm just saying, but that's just my thought on that. Okay. It further goes. Even if the flight or danger requirement was satisfied, there are no exceptional reasons warranting a departure from what Congress has required. Combs' Mann Act arguments might have traction in a case that didn't involve evidence of violence, coercion, or how do you say that? Subjugation? Oh, what is that? Let me look that up because that's gonna. Is it subjugation? Subjugation. Okay, thank you. Just learned a new word today, which means the action of bringing someone or something under domination or control. Ooh, okay. All right. Shout out to the Hooked on Phonics. Okay. Subjugation in connection with the acts of prostitution at issue. But the record here contains evidence of all three. While Combs may contend at sentencing that this evidence should be discounted and that what happened was nothing more than a case of willing swingers utilizing the voluntary services of escorts for their mutual pleasure, the government takes the opposite view that Cassie Ventura and Jane were beaten, coerced, threatened, lied to, and victimized by Combs as part of their participation in these events. That makes this case unlike any of the cases Combs points to and places it outside of the narrow exception to detention that Congress otherwise deems mandatory. To be clear, as indicated at the July 2nd hearing, the court offers no view as to how the parties' competing arguments about the evidence will cash out for purposes of sentencing, which is happening in just 60 days. So again, the sentencing hearing is what, October 3rd? So there's that. At this juncture, however, the record doesn't establish the kind of out of the ordinary exceptional circumstances requiring immediate release. Combs also points to a squalor. Ooh, hold up. The state of being extremely dirty and unpleasant, especially as a result of poverty or neglect. Squalor. Combs also points out the squalor and danger at the Metropolitan Detention Center, conditions that he says have been aggravated by the federal government's aggressive budget cuts this year. The public outcry concerning these conditions has come from all corners. Okay. But as Combs acknowledges, MDC staff has been able to keep him safe and attend his needs, even during an incident of threatened violence from an inmate. Okay. And then they cite United States versus Chavez, which is a case that has been cited by the defense multiple times. The court found that the conditions at MDC arose to the level of exceptional reason warranting release, where it was undisputed that the defendant posed no risk of flight or danger, and where unique circumstances counseled release, including the defendant's advanced age and serious medical conditions, which require care that the MDC may not be able to provide. Those facts are not present here, and nothing in Chavez suggests that exceptional reasons warrant release for every person awaiting a sentencing in the MDC. Rather, the MDC is a factor, admittedly a serious one to consider, along with others in making that determination. For these reasons, as well as those stated on the record at the July 2nd hearing, Combs fails to satisfy his burden to demonstrate an entitlement to release. The motion for bail is denied. Okay? So this was dated today. Motion for bail is denied. Denied. Diddy got to stay there. Yes. Oh my God, Sean. Shout out to Sean. You guys, make sure you guys drop some hearts for Sean in the chat. Well, okay, so the guy's got to stay there till what, October? Are we surprised? I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Call the ambulance. Oh, man. Listen, I'm going to say something. I said it this morning. I think I'm allowed to say this. Again, guys. Diddy's denied bail, but you have a notorious ST trafficker of children named Ghislaine Maxwell, who's able to step down to a little facility called Club Fed. Something is very inconsistent about this. Listen, Diddy's victims, alleged victims, are adults. Something is very inconsistent about the way we're dealing with all of this. I'm just saying. And I'm messing with Baby Bunny's hair clip. Look at this. She's got the little one that moves. She has power over Trump. Just saying. Okay, there's something inconsistent about this. I'm not rooting for Diddy. I don't like Diddy. That's not even the point here. But if we're going to talk about inconsistencies in the justice system, there's inconsistencies in there. Okay. Again, she perpetrated. There's 1,000 victims out there. Okay. She touched these victims. She perpetrated on these victims and then handed them over to Epstein and participated in this activity. Okay. She went from federal prison to now here, going to a place called Club Fed where she can just walk out. And Diddy, there's some inconsistencies here in this justice system. I'm just going to say that, okay? You said Trump wants to keep her quiet? Thank you, Mercy Miami. Thank you. And shout out to Sean Davy Way. Trump wants to keep her. Somebody wants to keep somebody quiet. Shut your mouth and keep on talking. It's the truth, though. Something's off, right? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, love. Hold up. Let me shout out to MD Gonzalez. Thank you so much, my love. I just got it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, my love, for that cash app. Something smells rotten in Denmark. Ghislaine in spa vacay, Diddy living behind brick walls. Now, mind you, a lot of those files, they're in the Southern District of New York, right? Comey, Comey did the case in the Southern District of New York with Maxwell. Comey's gone. Okay. Something inconsistent here. Just gonna put that out there. Honestly, Rabbit is not honestly surprised by the difference. No, I'm not. But I think it's important to point it out. There's something off about this. You know? There is. Sly, thank you for gifting 10 memberships, my love. Thank you, Sly. Oh, my goodness. You guys, if you've been blessed by any of the gifters, put some hearts and confettis in the channel, in the chat. Thank you. Okay? Now, that was the judge's opinion. The judge has spoken. I'll be sure is not sure because he deleted his posts. Okay? I'll be sure. We talked a little bit about this morning. So apparently he's making some allegations that I'm like, well, what can we really look at? What can we honestly say about Albie Shore's allegations? He is saying that people are being paid to change the narrative online. Something don't make sense about this. And I have to look a little bit more into this because it just doesn't make sense. So if for those that don't know, Albie Shore like deleted a post or something like that. The neighborhood talk Diddy Docket, shout out to Diddy Docket. They caught the post that I'll Be Sure deleted, where he is like going off and saying that Diddy's team is wanting to change the narrative about what happened to Kim Porter, that they have changed so much narrative online and people aren't able to find certain narratives. I don't know how they're able to do that. I don't know, but I do wonder. Him deleting it doesn't surprise me. Maybe he got scared and he's like, I'm scared, I got to delete this, you know? So I do wonder about that. You think he needs attention? Well, you said he needs attention for sure. A lot of people were saying that. They were dragging him in the comments. Thank you. He said he left 6 clues in his post that I saw, following them now. But what? Let me. I get very frustrated. You know why? And I was going off this morning about this. I said, we are in 2025. Okay. Like, Diddy's behind bars. Can you just say what the hell it is that you want to say at this point? And it's always about a book promotion. I can't deal with that. Like, I know the guy is trying to get paid, and you know, we gotta pay things, and I get that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't got time for that. We don't have time for this. Remember when he said the first week of jury selection at the Diddy trial that he was going to be like, he received a subpoena? He said it. He wasn't subpoenaed. Not by choice. I don't know. It led us to think, well, shit, he might be subpoenaed, and Kim Porter in that situation might actually come up, you know? But that never came up. So I have a lot of questions about that. Yet the riddle talk I can't do. He said it was a drunk post. He said he also left little Quincy twisting in the wind to fend for himself with Kim and Diddy. And you got to be careful because he's like very like, he'll throw out, I'll sue you out there. He really will. But the question is, what's going on with this? What had happened? He wants KP case for Diddy. He does. I don't know. It's a lot of conspiracy. So he leaves a lot of stuff. I'm looking into it too, but I haven't found anything that I'm like, ooh, you know. And then the emails that he shows on that neighborhood talk post, they're all like, you know, they're all blurred out. So we can't really say anything about those posts, you know. Can't be direct. They are targets, hence the clues. I know. I just don't have time. I'll Be Sure was married to Kim Porter. Diddy broke them up. That's what he says. I don't know about that. Who knows? Who knows? You said, okay, can I just ask this question? Since bail was denied for Diddy, where's Lindell? Lindell will be in the replay comments. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. No, you got to go play with their girl. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Anyways. It was a conspiracy, but the truth never changes. Someone gonna start singing Sue. Well, I guess we'll see. What better time than now, right? Like it's time. It's time. Okay, it's time. So that's going on with I'll Be Sure it's deleted his stuff. He's acting like he never said it. I don't know. Okay, so you guys were sending me some stuff on Lil Tay about her age. So the IMDb profile, she died at the age of 14. I thought she was 16 2 years ago. So you guys remember when they had that like fake car accident death hoax? You guys remember that? What is Lil Tay's real age? How old is Lil Tay? Google says it's 18. She's 18 as of the 29th of July. Maybe I just don't know how to do math. Could very well be the case. Mommy, yes, baby. And you got to go check the other room. Thank you, my love. All right. Love you. She was born in 2007, so she's 18 years old. There you go. She graduated. She just graduated high school. Wow. You know, I don't know if the the OF account, like, yeah, it's wild, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's kind of sad, actually. I'm not, and not only that, but then you have the perverts that, like, I don't know how she's 18. I know there's men's out there that like little girls like that. So there's that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I do have to go because I got baby bunny here now. But you guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. Oh, what happened? Okay, give me a second. 5 minutes? Deal? Shake hands. Thank you. All right. I gotta go tend to her, so you know, it's the baby bunny show. Woo! I gotta go. She's bugging, so I gotta go. All right. You guys have a great one. Oh. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.